Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining our web seminar today. So today we are having me as the moderator, Diannisa Divanauli, and we have Restu Fitrahadi Syukri today.
Halo,
We have Anggit Prasojo.
halo Diannisa.
Hello. And then we have Aliyya.
Halo.
And last but not least, Muhammad Haikel.
Halo.
So, our theme today is exploring students' issues in the era of Industry 4.0. Let's start our talk today. So nowadays, there are so many issues that concerns to the students' ability in study. We start from Anggit Prasojo. So what is your opinion about the most current issues that found among the students nowadays?
Okay, Diannisa. Thank you for the change. And in here, I want to share my opinion about this topic. The most current issue that affecting the student is the mental health of for the students. This is a big deal because it's not just getting a good grades. It's about making sure our young minds are happy and healthy as we go through school. Think about it. School is a time when students face a lot of pressures. They have to study hard, make new friends, and figure out what they want to do with their lives. It's no wonder that many of them struggle with their mental health along the way. But why this is such a big deal? Well, let me tell you. When students are feeling stressed or anxious, it can make it really hard to them for focus on their studies. And if they are not doing well in school, it can affect their opportunities and their overall happiness. That's why we need to pay attention to this issue. We can just ignore it and hope it goes away. We need to take action to support our students and make sure they have everything they need to succeed. The mental health of students is really super crucial because it's not just only affect how well they do in school, but how they grow as individuals and how happy they feel in their lives. Here are some important things to think about what we can do to help them. First, academic performance. When students are mentally healthy, they usually do better in their studies. But guess what? A whopping 85% of students feels totally overwhelmed by their workload, which makes them super stressed and anxious. Imagine how hard it is to concentrate and do well in class when you're feeling like that. And second, personal development. School is a time when students should be learning about themselves and growing as people. But if they're struggling with their mental health, it can really get in the way. In fact, one study found that 51% of students feel so down that they can't even function properly. That's a lot of students struggling to find their way. And lastly, quality of life. Mental health doesn't just affect how students do in school. It affects their whole life. Shockingly, 64% of young adults who aren't in school anymore stop going because of mental health reasons. That's a huge number of young people whose lives are being impacted by their mental health struggles. And now let me hit you with some opening stats that really drive home the urgency of this issue. First, the American Psychological Association discovered that a massive 41.6% of students felt so down in the dumps in the past year that it was hard for them to get through the day. And if that's not even enough, a whopping 60% of students are dealing with overwhelming anxiety. That's a huge number of students feeling panic and stressed out, right? With all these troubling statistics, it's crystal clear that we need to step up and support our students better. It's not just only a minor issue. It's a significant challenge that needs our immediate attention. Here are a few things we can make to a real difference and ensure that our students thrive both mentally and academically. Firstly, we need to make it easier for students to get help when they need it. This means investing in more counseling services on schools so students can talk to someone who knows to help them. It is crucial that these services are readily available and accessible, so students don't have to wait weeks for an appointment. Imagine if every student had counselor they could reach out anytime. Someone who understands their struggles and can provide the right guidance and provide supports. Secondly, we have got to make it okay to talk about mental health. We need to create a culture where students feel safe to open up about what they are going through without feeling judged or ashamed. This involves organizing workshops, seminars, and awareness campaigns that normalize conversation about mental health. When students when students see that it's okay to talk about their feelings and that others are going through similar experiences, they are more likely to seek and support each other. And last but not least, schools need to offer support that goes beyond just counseling. They need to provide resources that help students with everything from their mental health to their studies and social life. This could be include study groups, peer mentoring program, and social event that help students build a sense of community and belonging. When students feel connected and supported in all areas of their lives, they are more likely to excel in their academic pursuit and personal growth. And in wrapping up, I want to emphasize that just how crucial it is to pay attention to the mental health of students. It's not something we can brush or ignore. Instead, it's something we all need to take responsibility for. Every one of us play a part of creating an environment where students feel safe, like they can reach out for support without fear or shame. We need to make sure they know that they are not alone, that there are people who care and who are ready to help them through any tough time and they might face. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. Together, let's build our culture on school that prioritize mental health, wellness, and teacher resilience. This involving organizing workshop, providing counseling services, and creating supportive community where students can share their experience without fear of judgment. Let's make sure that every student feels valued, understood, and empowered. It's our duty to create a safe and nurturing environment where they can thrive both academically and personally. By doing this, we not only help them succeed in their studies, but also equip them with the skills and resilience to need to navigate life beyond schools and studies. I think that's all from me about mental health issue. Thank you, Denisa, for the change.
Okay, thank you, Anggit Prasojo. So, by coming together and taking action, we can make a real difference in life, right? So, I have another concern about students' mental health. It is related to how students speak about themselves and how they communicate in public. Did you know there are 75% population has speaking anxiety? I think it's really natural to feel nervous when speaking in public, but of course, we have strategies on it, right? What do you think, Haikel? Is there any solutions to unleash this issue?
Thank you, Danica. Of course, from my opinion, it's important to consider those different audiences. They have varying needs and expectations, so it's essential to deliver your message. Also, practice is a key. Try speaking in front of people, whether it's your friends, your family, or your colleagues. The more you practice, the more confident you will feel. And you can use a technique like controlling your body language, okay, and engaging with the audience to keep the interest and focus to you, and uh, and don't hesitate to welcome a feedback. Feedback is essential for our growth and enhancement of our communication abilities. It remains receptive to guidance and constructive feedback from others. And yeah, by incorporating this suggestion, I believe we can unleash our potential in speaking and evolve into communicators. And yeah, that's all from me. I give back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Haikel. So, by embracing these strategies, we can evolve into confident, effective speakers. On another hand, we are discussing nowadays that we are in 4.0 industry era, right? What is the most things that often encounter for intense facing online tests? What is your opinion about it, Aliyya?
Okay, thank you, Diannisa, for your opportunity. So, in online learning, we know that online learning has revolutionized the education system, offering students and teachers, also educators, a flexibility and unlimited access for education. So, however, the system the system change and learning also brings with several challenges for students and for teacher, so they must be ensured when they facing online learning. So I will provide the challenge and the solution in for teacher and student in facing online learning. Here's some challenge and student by learners and teacher in facing online learning. First, the management of time. One of the main challenges faced by students in online learning is time management. With repetitive learning session and digital distraction, students often find it difficult to maintain focus and stick on their study schedule. Like we know, all of their home or their environment can support their learning activities in other side except school. Sometimes they will get distraction from maybe a notification or their friends and any else. To overcome this problem, learners must cultivate self-discipline and set clear boundaries between the study time and their other free time in activities. They must know the different time when they should learn or when they should focus to the study and time when they can do other activity. This one is really hard to do. We know that because we need to handle our needs, we need to handle our emotion to do or not doing something other than learning when it's time to learn. So students can utilizing tools such as make a to-do list so they can know what the prioritized thing that they should do and maximize the productivity. The second problem is lack of motivation in learning. A student lack of motivation can allow them to experience feeling of hopelessness when difficult when find it difficult of the material. They cannot ask they cannot ask anyone. They teacher or maybe their parents, so they will not interested to continue the learning. So in this problem, the role of teacher is crucial in motivating students to be attending all the session in study and participate in learning activities. Student needs to be commit to attending all session and engaging in discussion so they can build an enthusiasm and adapt to learning, or maybe the teacher can set an attractive media for students to be motivated and make them interest to learning in study. The third problem is effective communication. Effective communication is another important aspect that can affect of the success in online learning. Sometimes many of students and teacher often find difficult and get the miscommunication about several things such as their learning material, their assignment, and other learning activities. Effective communication needs to be done so that in learning there is no miscommunication about the material provided. The solution to this problem is that students and teacher need to reach out each other by utilizing technology to facilitate their interaction. This can be done to create an active and conductive learning environment. They can communicate with each other by using like WhatsApp or other application they can use for communication when they were far and don't meet each other. So there is no miscommunication between students and the teachers. The fourth problem is use unfamiliar learning tools. Online learning session need tools that rarely used by both students and teacher. But sometimes many of them find it difficult to the use of this tool. Like some student or teacher not understand how to use these uh, tools like how to use Google Meet, Zoom, or Google Classroom, or any learning tools in this era effectively. To overcome this problem, educator, teacher, and students should know and know well about have a well understanding to use the various teaching learning tools to facilitate and support their learning. In this case, combining multimedia sources into interactive discussion and project-based learning activities can increase student participation in understanding. Maybe teachers can set a group or students, maybe it's 3 or 4 students in one group, so they can learn together, they can communicate with each other, so the material will be provided well. The five or last, structured evaluation and feedback. Evaluation and feedback play an important role in learning process. Yet, the lack of structured evaluation in online setting can hold back student progress. Therefore, the implementation of structured evaluation and timely feedback machines are essential to monitor student performance and provide guidance for improvement. The evaluation and feedback can help neither the teacher and the student to know what should they improve, what should they fix, and how they handle the things or problem. So when doing evaluation and feedback, the learning system will be improved to be better and better. So in conclusion, online learning offers many opportunities for education, not only for education, but also for the students and also for educator and the teachers. But it also present a challenge. So people need to know how to provide, how to involve the challenge. So we need the solution in order for learners and educators to collaborate the online learning so they can get an effective learning. I think that's all. Thank you, Diannisa. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Aliyya. So, online learning offers many opportunities for education. Talking about online, it can be more interesting if we not talking about games. So, students nowadays can handle to retrieve from gaming. In your opinion, is there any benefit is gaming for
Okay, thank you, Diannisa. We have talked about online learning, right? Like online tools, like the challenges. Actually, game is one of the big challenges in the students' current issue in learning, of course, because most of the people only see the bad side of the game itself. Like they just, game is bad for students. Game is, just wasting your time. There's no actually positive effect of the game itself. And and actually it's wrong. It's totally wrong because here we're gonna talk about it, like the two effect of the games, the positive and the negative. Okay. And I bet everyone here is already familiar with video games, right? Or at least maybe you ever play one games in your life like that, and maybe you enjoy it so much, like in your phone or maybe in the PlayStation and many other console. And have you ever wondered, as a student, is there any actually a good effect of the game, or it just the back effect itself? Okay, here I'm Restu Syukri. I'm going to explore more about the effect of the game, the benefit and the disadvantages. First, before we talk about the negative, let's talk about the positive way, the positive effect. Like many games require quick thinking and strategic planning to overcome challenges, right? Like maybe some of you know Zelda or any puzzle game like a Candy Crush Saga or any other games that have puzzle in it, it is, it boosting the students critical thinking, like it is boosting their problem solving, because they are facing the challenge, like they have to solve the puzzle itself by their thinking, maybe with some clues of course, but uh yeah, it is, it is boosting their critical thinking and problem solving skills. Any other games like Mobile Legends, this game is it's it's force the students to be in team. It strategies with your teammates, protect the tower. It is increase the students' teamwork. And then the next positive impact is a game can be surprisingly social. Like there are an online game and offline games, right? And in online games, most of it, the students, I mean, the gamers, they able to communicate with many people around the world. In every part of the world, they can communicate with them. They can play with any of them. They can make team. They can working together do something amazing like Minecraft. This game is require the social connection between the players. Let's say the players here is the students. Okay, so the students can enhance their social connection between them and their friends, like that. And the skills is, it's not only important in games, but also it is very very important in class. Like they're gonna have like a team work, like team project, like that. It is boosting their communication skills. And the next, I mean, the last positive impact. Actually, there are so many positive impact, but we are going to talk about three of them actually. And then here they can learn through play in game. The game is not only play like, oh, there are actually a game that just, you have fun in the game, and there are no actually lesson in the game, but some of the game is including learning. We had talked about it before, like a puzzle game, like a teamwork game. But there's a game that, it is learning a new language through a game, like Duolingo. Yeah, well, it's not actually a game, but Duolingo is actually providing the user a fun way to learn. Like they can remember many vocabularies, they knew many formulas of grammar, and most of people find it fun to use it because they not just learn in boring way like in school, but they have the game like guess the word, like drag and drop game, like that. And yeah, uh, so game is so students can learn through play from the game. Okay, we have talked about the positive impact. Now we talk about the negative impact of the game. Okay, the first is this the most common things that happen to the students. It is time management problems. So, if a student is addicted to a game, like really really addicted, they're gonna forget about everything but games. Like they can play games for hours, for 24 hours maybe if they can, and it is sadly, it looks pathetic actually, because it is the the parents part actually to control their children, the students, to not use the phone, to not playing game too long like that. They have to manage their time. But yeah, we talk about the negative impact. So this is the negative impact. It is the time management problems. They get addicted. They got very very addicted. That they forgot to doing everything. They're gonna forgot to to do their homework, to do their tasks because of game, like that. And then the next negative impact is eye strain. Eye strain, like when you play games like in phone on or in PC, you're gonna look at the screen for a long time. Let's say the students use the highest brightness of the screen. Uh, can you wonder how hurt is their eyes gonna be? It's gonna, it's gonna make them minus. Their eyes gonna be minus because they play games for too long, like that. So it's gonna cause them eye strain, like that. So what does it mean? So in playing games, not only the positive impact, but there's also the negative impact of the game itself, like that. So that's all from me. I give it back to Diannisa Divanauli.
And I think I will add and conclude today's talks. Okay, balancing the advantage and drawback of gaming, addressing the challenge of online learning, prioritizing mental health, and tackling speaking anxiety are critical for encouraging students' educational experience. Effective strategies such as setting health gaming boundaries, improving digital infrastructure, providing mental health support, and fostering a supportive environment for speaking can significantly improve student academic and personal growth. By integrating these approaches, educators can help students navigate these issues and leading to be more holistic and successful learning journey. And I think that's all from me. I give back to Diannisa.
Okay, thank you for today's talk. So it is really interesting about our talk today from talking about the 4.0 era for the students and then about the online and the gaming for students and mental health and speaking anxiety that really being our considerations in nowadays. So thank you for Anggit Prasojo, Aliyya Radhwa, Restu Fitrahadi, and Muhammad Haikel. I think that's all for our talk today. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah,